Hi everybody, it's Julia here, and we are going to start making the scrapbook page for International Scrapbook Day. Was that right? Yeah. And I have a challenge on the ScrapGals Facebook group I'm really excited about, and I hope you give it a try. So my challenge for you is to use your watercolors, making backgrounds or embellishments in your scrapbooking, card making, art journal, Bible journaling, anything you can think about. So the page I'm going to do today is about, yeah, that's it, nail polish. So I have written down my journaling, and I like to do this when I have an idea so I don't forget, because I do forget. And the story here is really that I'm not really into makeup or fancy hair. I mean, I'm a horse girl in the bottom, but I do like to have my nails painted, if only to make it a bit more challenging for me to start ripping off my nails, which I totally do. I don't bite them, I do rip them off. So the nail polish is a bit of a barrier anyway, mentally. Then I also have this one. I really want to try and incorporate this, and it's like a list of the stages I go through when I paint my nails. And I really like to do, when I can, add these kind of lists so I can use a lot of numbers. So I have that. And for the watercolor, what main on this page is going to be embellishments. And I thought that was going to be perfect because they are really easy shapes that anybody can draw, really. So I have drawn up a few. I do have a nail polish bottle with a round tip, so I thought including that. And so it's going to be really easy. On this, I have just drawn up on mixed media watercolor pad by Canson. It has 224 GSM, so it's pretty heavyweight. But if you don't have watercolor paper, you can just use white cardstock. Because we're going to do so little, this space is going to be so small, it doesn't really going to matter. When you're going to grow up and do bigger pieces and add more water, that is when the paper quality is coming into play, really. And the watercolors I'm going to use are these, and they're from Gansai Tombi. Oops. And I believe a lot of you have watercolors. I mean, I have a lot of watercolors. For those who don't know, I do a lot of watercolor work in my studio. But I do keep these up here when I do my scrapbooking, which is in my bedroom. These are a great value. You get a lot of colors and a lot of pigment for the price that you're paying. Now, of course, I wanted to have the 36 set because it has the gold. I know how ridiculous it sounds when I say it out loud, but I wanted the gold and this minty color. So if you're going to start out buying a bit of a more quality set of watercolors, but still wasn't going over to the artist grade, because that's a lot of money, I would really recommend this one, and you can find it in a lot of places. I have just printed out here the numbers and names of the colors so I can replace them if I need to. So that is why we're going to start making. I'm going to color these. Okay, so we're going to start, and the supplies I need are my watercolors and my what I'm going to draw on, clean water, and I just have a paper towel here. So we're going to start, and I'm going to do some wetting wet, and that is a technique in watercolor where you wet the area and then drop in some wet color. So I suppose we start with this one, and here you can see how much pigment and loveliness there is in these colors. They just flow so beautifully. And when I do this kind of page, it's really easy to get swept away and add all the colors, but I'm going to try to stick to a watercolor or to a palette that I know I can work with. I'm going to do it like this, and then we're going to add another color. We're going to add this lovely blue. It's really pretty powder blue, this one. And you can see how how it just flows. And the beauty with watercolor is that it's transparent, so you can add layers on top. So now in the first time you can see I adding on the left side and letting it flow. And I'm going to be really working on my patience here and self-discipline and not be in here and touch it too much, because the absolutely best result with watercolor is when you let it do its own job. It's really hard, I know, but you need to let it go, like they say in the movie, like so. And then I'm going to add this one, and then you can add another color too. Oh, we need to wet the whole thing. So now it's fully wet, and if you're like, I want to add in more color and like mix it on, because maybe you think, I wish I could mix it. Let's mix it. We're going to go in with white, which is a bit of a no-no in watercolor. So when it comes to watercoloring, I mean, I'm talking about what I got taught, okay? And it's like, you're not allowed to use white or black color. You can use anything, but not those. But we're not here to follow the rules. They're really boring. We do whatever we want. So we do that. Okay, so adding in some blue. And what you could do, which is really fun, is adding in like using your mist. If you have like those mists with a lot of shine or glitter in them, or maybe not glitter, that would clog it up, but those kind, they are really fun. You add a bit of a sparkle to your nail polish, like so. What else? We do one more with white, maybe here, like that. And now it's at that point when I really just need to let it go, and I'm going to move it around a bit so it makes some shapes. Woo! It's really fun, this. Okay, now it's all blended. I'm just going to make sure that my shape is actually a shape. So we have like a bottle. Here I messed a bit with the water. And making these is really fun and really easy. Okay, here we have mist. Oh, Julia. Like so. I think that's pretty fun. I mean, you can go in layer upon layer, but I like these when they are pretty loose and you can see the white coming through. So the next step for us here is to do the little lids. And what will happen if I just go in here is like, it's going to blend. So we'll have to make sure that either I let it dry, which is really hard, because we're sitting here, we just want to paint, or just not go all the way. So I'm going to start with this one, like that. And what color should we do there? I don't think, I want to go with a silver, but I don't have a silver, so we do this. Now we do the same, wet and wet. And here, what should we have here? We should have a gold, maybe? That looked weird. That didn't look good at all. You can see, this is the beauty with watercolors. You don't like it, just mop it up. Okay, I'm going to, okay, so the bottles, or the corks on mine are black or white. So this one is really, you can see here I touched, very naughty, like so. Ta-da. Going to add in a bit more, just to make sure. And then the rest of it, I think I'm going to make white. And I'm just going to add in a bit of a black here too, but it's going to be more like a shadow, so it looks more intentional that I left them white. and there it flowed up. That's okay. Like that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. We're going to let them dry. I'm not going to fiddle with them, and I'm going to come back. Okay, so the background I was going to do, I'm going to do on normal American Craft white cardstock. You need to be a bit careful because it is cardstock paper, not watercolor paper, but I did this and it's quite a lot of water and worked fine. So I do is I spray with water and then add in the colors and then mix it. To get that really flowy kind of look, you need to add water to let the pigment flow, and that is the big secret really. And I add in the colors I use for the nail polish and make sure that the colors mix. They don't create mud really, so I don't just have that in mind. And now I am done. Okay, so I have let it dry, I say, and there's a wet spot right here. It's gone. Okay, so to make these a bit more embellishment-like, I'm going to outline them with a micron pen, and I use this one because it's the one I have on hand. And when I do my embellishment, I like to have a little bit of a sketchy hand-drawn look, so I don't try to be precise. I really not try to be precise. And because I still have my pencil line underneath, I think it's fine. So back and forth. And I mean, you can decorate these to your heart's content, and you can do a lot more to them like this. But I really like just showcasing how beautiful watercolors are when they dry. I'm going to do it like this. So there we have them. I mean, we can add stickers to them, make little labels, anything really. But I'm going to cut these out, and then I'm going to see if my printer has decided to print out my photos. It doesn't look like it, but that is the next step. Okay, so we have gotten this far. The background has dried, and I made this with the same colors as the nail polishes that I have cut out. The printer finally decided to cut out my photo, but not the full size of the photo, but that works. Taking this photo of me painting this was, I'm not even going to mention how hard it is. I just did. Anyway, I have found this piece of gold circled vellum that I think could be really fun to lay underneath. So when I do a page with watercolor, the beauty, like I said before, is that watercolor is such a transparent medium, and I really want to keep that going. So a lot of the layers I'm going to add here are watercolors or vellum to keep that. So here I've typed up my journaling, and here I have the journaling, and here I have the list. So like I said, this one is the most important one, so we're going to cut that one out. Like that, and then these are tiny strips. Let's see how we cope with that. We're going to put these aside, and we're going to bring it back. I am not used to do videos like this, but I thought today, of all days, of course I'm going to make a real speed talk directly to you, so you can see what goes on in my head. So I'm going to place it there. I also have a title for my page, which actually is not really that common when I start with my process. I usually have a plan or journaling and that kind of stuff, but I very rarely actually have the title. This doesn't really work out. I don't know what I thought here. I didn't actually think. I'm totally making this one up. I'm like, I had a plan. No, Julia, you never really have a plan on how to place things. That is very true. That is so very true. So we have those, or maybe we should move them up here so they're standing on the photo and they're standing there. It doesn't really need to be a vellum there, does it? So this is sort of like, how do you compose everything? We have photos, we have 2 different photos, we have journaling, then we have a second journaling here, and then I'm going to have a place for my title too. And usually there's a lot of talking sketches, and yes, you can start with them if you feel comfortable. Starting with sketches for me freaks me out. Utahiti, which is a Swedish word for we should not repeat that maybe. Now I'm looking for my tape, which should be in here. It wasn't. It should be. This is fascinating. I thought I had everything in place for today. Totally didn't, obviously. I have had a bit of an issue with my tape. It has decided to challenge my authority. There! I found it. It's here. It's okay. Okay, so this is not going to work. I don't like having that box here, but I want to have something matted here. So we're going to do it the old school way and see if I can get this one out without chipping all of my nail polish. We could actually just go with this one. And yes, there's white paint on my hands. I was painting outside before. So going to mat it here. I have a bit of gold all over. And I think I want to place it. It would be fine. That. And we brought in this one for that case. So I really have to say, for all of you who do process videos in this kind of real-time, all cred to you. Talking and thinking and doing. Yeah, it's not easy. I'm going to do that. I really like the texture you get on vellum when you tear the strip. That. And I think I want... I think I maybe do it like this instead. Having my title here. Maybe... no? Oh, maybe we do it this way. Oh, such rebellious. Doing on the left side. I never placed my photo on the left side. We should totally do it on the left side. Having both there. And having a little cluster here. Then we add in, let's see, having my list here and then my title here. Oh my gosh! Super. Okay, should we add something more here? I do have this one. It could be fun to add in, maybe? Yeah? No? No. Nope. I'm going to tack it down before I change my mind. Okay, and this one we should... I don't really know what to do with this one, honestly. But I think I want to have it like that. It might not be that actually going with numbers. We'll see, we'll see. We have here the bottles, the cute little bottles. we can have it there. Might have to be this way. Like that, I think. And then we have the blue one. Maybe, do we want it on this line here? Then that one has to come in that case. Maybe we'd start with placing the title before we added that. Okay, so I went through my sticker basket here and I came up with 3 stickers. So I'm going to add this one, which is shoebox, for one part of the title, and the other one I'm going to use these Memento by Amy Tan. And I want to add in some gold because we have some gold in the vellum, but this one has a bit of a greeny blue color that we have here. It's a bit darker, more saturated than this one, but I think that will work out. And I have written down my title here, and I suppose we start. I am a horrible speller, like in Swedish, so me spelling in American, I was going to say, in English will be interesting to say the least. It's really good to stick on this one. But we need some help here, I think. Yep. Okay, that looks about straight. Okay, what was the title? Totally forgot. Okay, so my title is going to be Totally Nailed It. Nailed it. I thought that was really funny. I don't usually go with, going to cover up that seam there, American or English titles. American title. But sometimes I do, and I don't know if other people who doesn't speak English as their first language have that same thing, but a lot of products come in English, which sort of makes it a bit interesting when you scrapbook, when you have a lot of words or word sticker or phrases that are in English. How to sort of bridge that gap or how to deal with it. For me, I don't think it's quite that hard because I speak a lot of English on a regular basis, both making these videos, but also a lot of my culture here, TV and magazines, I read a lot of English. Also in school we do a lot of English, so it's not that far from me as it would have been like if everything was in Portuguese or something. But I think especially for older generation or those who definitely don't speak English, it's a bit of a thing. And there is why stuff like these matters, because in Swedish we have 3 different letters that you don't use in English, and all of them are either an A or an O, and you have different amount of dots on them. So when I buy stickers and I find out it's not enough dots, I get so mad. And that's also why I don't like to use tile alphas, because it's really hard to add dots on them. I didn't check if I had enough, but I think I do. Okay. Enough dots. But there is also a reason why I sometimes go with English titles, because then I don't need to think about that. Okay, so I really like this green color. A, we should have an A. When I spell out my titles, I like to select from where they're coming from, so they line up on one direction. And I use a ruler sometimes I don't. Then the last one. Oh, we should have a exclamation point. Do we have that? Yes, we do. We should totally. I'm so punny today. Totally use that. I hardly ever use exclamation points on my layouts. That was too far away. There we go. I'm sorry if you hear them. I'm sorry. Someone walked into the door. Through the door. Okay. There we have the title. And a lot of stickers is flying about. Okay. That's that, and that is that. And you can see my page is a bit warped. And that's annoying, but that's the way it is. So my takeaway is either I can place them here or I can actually break them up. I could do that. I don't know. I definitely think I want to have this. We could do... Nope. We're going to start by adhering the nail polishes because I like how they are here. We're going to see if I can maybe... I mean, it would be fun to do it like that. That would work, right? Could have one lying down. I don't want them to be totally lined up either, so that would be fine. Let's see if we should move one. Could have these two down here, but then it have to be pretty far down. The blue one, so that we have the blue on the other side. We could actually do it like this. Do you like that better? No, I don't. I mean, you can do this forever. Okay, so I'm going to get some foam. Totally find my foam. It's not like I have been looking for it for like a week or something. Not at all. I know where my stuff is. Said no one ever. Do it like that, I think. So we clean this off later. This one, where's the best way? Staple. Yeah, I think it is. Do it like this, and then same. Maybe we should add some title over there too. Or maybe do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, sorry. Oh my... That was annoying. Okay. Oh, we can do it like this. I don't know if this will work. Maybe we should just do an 8. Like that. And then, where's my pen? There, found it! Like that. We're going to end my journaling. I always end it with a heart. Like so. And my layout is coming together. What else should we add? I mean, we can add stuff in eternity. I do have these really cute enamel dots. These are from My Mind's Eye, I believe. And these little hearts are really cute. I want to add some of them. Maybe like on the bottles. That's cute. That's weird, isn't it? We added that one, and then I think we'll add just a little dot instead. Like that. And then we have these word strips. but I don't want to add these. It would be really cute, but because I have so much typewritten font and that's the same, I think it would be like overkill. We do have these to bring in some bit more black. Let's see if it will look fine. I don't know if it will, because I didn't think when I was writing this list to place them in the right order. But I think it might just be fine anyway. So we need to do it a bit wonky, because that's not wonky at all. I placed my nail polish a bit wonky. Then we have 4. It maybe look a bit weird. No, I think it's really fine. Because I wanted numbers, now I'm going to get numbers. 6, 7, and 8. Totally wonky. Then I want to add, or we can do like this. No, what's that? Sorry, I meant wait. I do talk to myself a lot in English, but sometimes that Swedish just slips by. I'm going to start there. Subtitle. Whoa, I mean, I never spend that much time thinking about my titles, and now we get like more word title and subtitles. I am so shaky in my hands. So sometimes I can't even pour milk. And people need to help me. Yeah, well, sort of. Okay, that's pretty funny. We tie in that black. I like that. What do we need more? We need a date. And for my date stamp, I think we're going to go with Heidi Swap. Just because I like it. What date is it when I'm making this page? I don't know. I think it's the 23rd. It will be fine anyway. I think it is. April, right? Yeah. We want to have the date. My journaling. I have it here. That didn't turn out very well. Let's see if we can fix it. Sort of. Like that. Well, I think it's pretty much done. We're going to need to add one more thing. And here we have the finished layout. I hope you have liked it. I had so much fun making this, and I hope that you got inspired by looking at it and got some ideas, that you pull out your watercolor sets and give it a try to create something with them or incorporate them into your scrapbook process. I will be in the ScrapGals Facebook group as of 8 o'clock Nashville time? I'm sorry, I have no idea about time zones. It's 2 o'clock afternoon in Sweden time, I know that. So as of then, I will be in the group. I'm really looking forward to see what you create with this challenge, and if you have any questions, I will be there to answer them for you. And with that being said, I hope that you have liked this video and that you have an amazing International Scrapbook Day.